Pig 247 here, going hard 365 to bring you the latest and greatest in gaming. And today we're going to talk about the division classes. I wanted to kind of hold off on doing this video because it wasn't really, I guess, explained, and it still isn't, but with the release of these armor classes or sets in incursions, I think it's pretty safe for me to share my thoughts. So there's going to be 4. Obviously, it's based off of the 4-man team. Out of those 4, I'd say there's 3 that are going to be critical, and the 4th is kind of like a wild card, let's say. Okay, so for the first 3, we're going to have the tank, we're going to have the healer, and then we're going to have DPS. This is just your shooter. Probably not too good at skill. I would actually, this character that I am playing with now would actually fall into this latter class as a DPS. I believe that I could be a tank if I wanted to, get more health and switch up some skills. And the reason why I say that is, let me show you. I am actually armor capped at 65%. I know what you're thinking. Okay, if you're just this DPS, why would you be armor capped? That sounds a little worthless, especially because you just need to hit hard. But truth of the matter is, I still hit pretty hard. I don't know why this number switches around. You see, if it goes over here, it's 174. Go to the chest is 190. I feel like I go with the 190 number for the most part. But as you can see, I've got 65,000 health, skill power, respectable. And that's only because of this holster that I have that much skill power. But the holster also helps me hit the armor cap, because as you can see, if I were to use this, health would go up to 5,000. I'd lose some DPS. I'd gain a little bit more skill power, but this one just works for me. My playstyle is more balanced. It gives me some, respectable skill power, so I can use my scan blocker so nobody sees me when I get ready to go in for my blitz. And it also helps in my overheal, which helps me with my blitzes as well, because now I've got this overshield as I get ready to hit these guys. And I'm glad there's a shotgun there, so you can see that he is kind of like me. Look how the shotgun comes at you. You just blast him. He's coming at you with that thing. Yeah, the other guys are hiding back, but they killed him. You know how to work with the team, right? Okay, so these guys are level 31. I can just take some hits here from them. Definitely, there it is. You see, I'm just taking that hit from the left. That allows me to focus down that guy and turn back around and get the hit. I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have armor. While I'm focusing on that first guy, that one up on that thing would have been laying into me with that assault rifle, and I would have been laid out needing help. So that is why I have a lot more armor than usual, but I don't need as much health as usual because it's not going to take me too long to kill those guys and get out of that situation. So like I said, the other 2, tank in this class, they kind of go hand in hand because they're going to be close. These are guys within 10 meters. These are your guys that are going to be your front man. Hence the reason why they should have that armor. They're going to be essentially the tip of the spear. Then you've got your medic support, basically keeping these guys healed, laying down the shock turret so they don't get overrun, that type of stuff. Now, this is very hard to take. Let's see how I do it. You see how hard they are hitting me. Now I'm hiding with the overshield. Now, a tech, you could probably survive this with enough health and things, and restoring it as tech, but you probably wouldn't be able to kill him as fast. Not that I'm killing stressing. I am surviving a lot better than I ever have, and this is just thanks to that armor that I've added. Whoa. See, I'm not as into it. You can burn through all of that. But I am able to rumble with him a lot better, as you can see. Now, there's no way I would have been doing this before. So like I said, tech, and the reason why that's good is because now instead of them just bearing down on me, the tech could be keeping me healed, it could be keeping these guys busy, even if it's just taking damage and running around throwing stuff out. And then with these new armor sets that are coming out, tech would get more skill power based on how much damage we do and how many enemies we kill. And then I think the one for the striker, depending on your headshots or just doing damage to the enemy, it increases your damage by a percentage. So if I get a headshot on this guy, as I just did, now my body shots will do more damage, and that's that. And that's good for me with an SMG as well, because, you know, I'm staying close, I'm just peppering what I can. Obviously, I go for the head, FMF way, but it's not mandatory. And even with an LMG, you're just spraying bullets, who knows what you're hitting. It's going to help you there as well. I thought maybe the second one would be better, the Sentry's Call, I believe it's called. You know, for every headshot, you get increased damage up to 3 headshots. That would have been cool, but I think that would be better for a sniper. It's going to be more long range and focus on those headshots all the time. Me, I'm going for the head, but, you know, just because it's wild gunplay, sometimes I might hit the body a little bit, and it's going to help me with that. And then for the tank, like I said, you get more skill power for everybody, every person at the other one's kill. So as I'm running around peppering enemies, taking them down, and you got your sniper, you know, taking those headshots, taking them down, you're getting more skill power to throw more stuff around. While the tank is basically just staying alive, you know, being that target for everybody to hit, which is where you're going to want stuff like increased threat. Let's see if I can show you that. There's some rogues coming. Let's see. The wrong screen. Okay, so we come over here, and you see there is something here. Threat. So I'm not generating too much threat because, like I said, it's not my job. My job is to kill and move in silence. I actually have a scope here that would help right there. I'm keeping that in case I do have to end up tanking. And threat just makes you see, you know, you make noise. Everybody comes to you like, who's that shooting that big gun all the time? They're going to be looking at you instead of looking at, you know, your striker slinking around the battlefield taking down their snipers, or your sniper who's set up in a higher position in the back. I mean, everybody's focused on the tank, so it lets everybody else move. And the tank has the survivability to do that, which is why the tank should be, you know, the focal point of the group. And the medic should definitely stay close to the tank for that protection and just to support him. While the other two, the tank and the, not the tank, the sniper and the striker can actually just move about the field while staying, you know, pretty close to the group. I'd say within 20 meters or so. And in case you were wondering what that was, we measured it out. It's a little bit longer than this truck. It's about the length of a bus. So you see a bus in the game, you just walk down the length of it, that's about 10 meters. And that's going to be your optimal range. And if you're that close to enemies and you're taking that much bullets, you're definitely going to want that armor. I'd say that's it for now. We'll get into some other stuff later. For now, like I said, stay safe out there, because these rogues are going crazy right now. You know, with this new update, they're not going to be able to do some of the things they've been able to get away with. So, do your thing. Get your resources. Get ready for incursions. See you later, gentlemen.